It is official. We have our life back.
We got our baby back.
After a week of having some of the most challenging days of our lives, trying to build a road onto our new property and having it get all washed out time after time, being so frustrated. This moment right now, it's all making up for it because it feels like a dream that we had of finally living in this Airstream full time. It just happened. It was our dream that while living here in the United States, this Airstream would be our house.
I hear those birds.
I hear those birds too.
And we're in the process of driving our Airstream up to our land right now to kind of put it in its final resting place. Hey, that's my hat. But as you guys know from seeing us live in this Airstream before, it has quite a lot of problems.
One of the biggest things with living in this Airstream full time is the electrical system is so underpowered. But now all of that is solved with this thing right here. You're crazy!
This is the Anchor Solix, and this thing is powering our whole life right now. I can just plug the Airstream straight in. Now we can run everything in here from our TVs to our refrigerators to both ACs, everything. It's just like getting plugged into a campground. What a game changer.
It almost felt warmer last night.
Living in a camper down by the river. Is there anything more classic than this?
Living more simply, taking showers in rivers, and just being in this Airstream truly brings me so much joy. But I'll be honest, I feel like this Airstream has kind of ripped some of the joy from us because there's always been this anxiety around the electrical system because we really weren't able to take it to places like this off the grid. And to me, vehicle living is all about having the freedom to go to places that you want to go without worrying about having to hook up to the grid, which is what we used to have to do all the time with our Airstream. But now with Anchor, we don't have to worry about that anymore because we are completely covered and we can take that thing anywhere.
Sid, I want to introduce you to your new sister. This is Solix, your new sister. Maybe we could call her Soli for short. Or Sol? You like Sol?
Maybe I have to call her the princess.
You want to call her Princess?
Yeah.
Princess Sol?
Yeah.
Tell her, buckle up, Sol. Well, we did get a little bit of time to chill. You guys know us. We can't chill for long. There's a project to be done. There's a driveway to be built. And I've been obsessing over this driveway since we walked away from it last time when we were full of frustration. So I'm ready to get back up there.
And if you're wondering why we chose not to have another child yet, it's for this reason, and this reason alone. We need to have a spot for our Soli back here in the back seat.
I don't know what you're talking about, sweetie. You can sit up in the front and that opens up a seat in the back.
I know, but Sadie needs me back here.
Time's coming to an end though, sweetie, and then the spot's gonna open up back there.
And then what are you saying? Honey, you're the one that's been against it too. I mean, I've always kind of been on the fence. I've always said, not the matter of if, but the matter of when.
Oh, I've been the matter of no.
So we're dropping the Airstream at our coffee shop here, the roastery up in Stowe, Vermont, just temporarily. But we are in operation Get This Airstream up to our piece of land ASAP. But there's a few things that we're gonna have to do before that.
I feel like I just did some Panama stuff here in Vermont, and everyone at the hardware store, and as I was driving by, were looking at me funny because they're like, people don't put stuff on the roof like that here. But this is how everyone brings stuff around in Panama, is they just slap it up on the roof and then strap it down, and that saves you a lot of money in delivery costs, and that's what I did. I think the guy was worried. He's like, you're gonna scratch the top of your truck. I was like, using a truck is what trucks are for. Man, is this a big moment here, because it's been a few days since we've been here. We've let our muddy, soupy driveway dry out, and it is so much better. Look at this. I have not been able to walk on top of this driveway for over a week because it was just so muddy. Oh, there's still some spots, and there's still some water, especially in the drainage that I did. It's definitely much better further down, and what I'm thinking, get at least the entrance to the road and then a little bit in, so then at least I can get the Airstream up here. But first things first, I gotta get Soli to give me some juice. I think I'm gonna be using the power tools today. So I'm gonna start to get some batteries charged. And we basically have all the power of a house in this car that can spit out 6,000 watts. It has an insane number of outlets. Turn this on, turn the inverter on. Let's get this battery charging. This Anchor Solix ran our house all night last night, RAC and everything, and it's still at 74%. So we'll be good for a while. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on connecting this road to kind of our, it's still a mud pit up there. I'm gonna work on connecting those two. So first things first, this culvert here over by the road, I'm gonna have to dig out a trench for this. This is a 10-inch culvert. It doesn't have to move a ton of water because we don't have a ton of uphill from here. I don't need to dig down much, just a little bit, just a couple of inches. And I've never installed the culvert before. So we're gonna do this one together. Because this is the first time in Vermont while working in the United States that I've used a shovel. We use one of these nearly every day down in Panama, and that's because we don't have a backhoe. They don't really sell small backhoes down there. It doesn't really work for the economy. And here, it's almost like no one uses shovels. I've seen some culverts that actually slide into one another, and then I've seen some that kind of just go on with the coupling. Wow, I can't believe this. I'm actually gonna start putting some gravel down. If you can't tell, I've been stockpiling it. And I'm gonna start off with some of this 3-inch minus right here. And I'm gonna put that on that first piece of culvert pipe, just so I can hold it down with some weight. And then hopefully it's easier for me to push them together as strong as I possibly can. Vaseline. If these are meant to go together, then this is the best that I can do. Hey! Woo! I just pushed that end with the backhoe. Just grab the arm and just gently push it. I was kind of scared I was gonna break it, but it is supposed to go in there. You just have to have a backhoe to put this together. Well, I guess you're only gonna do this with a backhoe anyway, but my goodness, is that a tight seal. You are not getting that by hand. This battery's gonna come in handy now. 66%. It's only down 8% since earlier, and that thing has been on all day long. I'm gonna take this union and put a couple of holes. Coupler is on, it looks great. Now I'm just gonna fill this thing up with gravel. This should be a blast. Just take the tractor, go back and forth, fill this all in, smooth it out. Well, I got off to a really good start and it was looking really nice. The culvert was looking really nice and the gravel was looking really nice, but then I kind of got up onto the dirt and it's just chewed everything up. There's still an insane amount of mud. Well, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let this dry. I gotta go and get some rest because it's 8 o'clock right now. Yeah, I gotta go get some rest because tomorrow we have to work our other job. And this one, well, there's people's coffee on the line and that's important. I wanna make sure that people get their morning coffee because if I don't get my morning coffee, I'm cranky. Good morning and happy 4th of July. We got our red, white, and blue on. We are looking very
Wow, I just realized
American.
you have blue and white. Oh my God, look at us.
Honey, I'm matching you. Don't take notes on what you're wearing so I can match. We are headed to our coffee shop because today is gonna be one of the busiest days of the whole year. And when it's busy, there's nothing better. There's no better feeling than being in your business and also just making sure that everything's going smooth. So I'm stoked for today. And today is gonna be awesome because today, every single coffee today is gonna be made using our Anchor Solix. Now you might be wondering how, and I'm so excited to tell you guys that we recently installed Anchor's home power panel right here. So all I have to do is take this cable and just simply plug it into this port on the side right here. And by just flipping the fuse right here, you can see Power Station 1. The roastery is now ran solely by this battery. The Anchor Solix 3800 is incredible. And it has just over 3.8 kilowatt hours of battery life. So today we're putting this thing to the test. We're gonna be making coffees. We're gonna be running an espresso machine. We're gonna be roasting. Let's see what this thing's got.
The Anchor Solix can put out 6,000 watts of electricity. This thing can easily power the whole entire roastery here. Our roaster, our espresso machines, all of the equipment that we have in the back of house.
Now you might be wondering to yourself, why would you need to run the roastery off of a battery? And that's because the Anchor Solix is our backup power source here for the roastery. We have so many power outages during winter, the lightning storms, everything like that. And it shuts down our whole business. Now with this, it automatically senses when we lose power and immediately goes to the battery backup. So now we're not gonna even know if we lose power because this thing will just keep our business running for hours on end.
And those of you guys who are looking for a really good backup power source, the Anchor Solix could most likely power your entire house.
And if it's just not enough to power your entire house, well then you can get another one of these bad boys. And there's a port for a second F3800 right here. So you can get 12,000 watts of power. Now I promise that can power your house. There's no reason to have a generator outside your house that you have to go out in the bad elements, get it started, then you're out of gasoline, or you forgot to change the oil. All the maintenance that goes to running basically a massive engine outside of your house, yeah, all that's over. You just get one of these, you plug it in. 24 lattes, 7 cappuccinos, a whole bunch of pour overs. I've been monitoring it using the Anchor Solix app. You can keep an eye on it from anywhere that you have an internet connection. So now I'm actually heading out of here. I'm gonna keep an eye on this thing, tell the guys that when the battery starts running low to swap it over to the grid, but I'm hitting the road because I got a driveway to build. Kaylee's dropping me off here on the land because you guys,
It's 4th of July, you guys.
and I can't not get this driveway done. Like, I'm obsessed right now. So,
We're also on a time crunch, so very understandably so.
and we want to let Sadie have a real 4th of July. I'm assessing the situation at the moment, and it rained again last night. It rained hard. Everything's a muddy mess again. The saga of trying to build a road in the mud continues. I'm going to try to be strategic with this one because we are running out of time and we need to get that airstream up on this land immediately, like today. First things first, I need to scrape this topsoil off. That's going to expose all the mud. So I'm going to try my absolute best to not drive the tractor into the mud because that's when things start getting really gnarly. We're doing it, you guys. I cannot believe it, but the tractor didn't sink in that bad. Up around here, it doesn't seem as muddy as it is like just over there. So I think we're gonna be able to get the driveway going up. I think we're gonna get it up going right now. I just got the geotextile fabric in place. Now I'm just gonna slowly start unrolling it, putting some of the 3-inch minus on top, and just keep working my way. And I can't even begin to tell you guys how excited I am for right now. I've been waiting for this moment to unravel this fabric, because once this goes down, we're gonna be able to drive up on here.
Indescribable feeling, soaring ceiling. So Jord is just doing the last and final touches of our driveway, and then we're gonna be going to get our Airstream. And I cannot believe that we're actually gonna pull this off. I mean, we definitely didn't get as much done as we initially planned, but for a while we were thinking there's no way we're even gonna have this Airstream on this piece of land before we head back to Panama.
I am so happy how this driveway turned out. This is all that we're going to get done. I have no energy left, and I got just enough done to get our Airstream up here. I think it's gonna fit right here. It might be kind of slanted downhill, but we'll be able to get it on here. And that's what all this work has been for over these last 2 weeks, is just get the thing on here. It's getting late. It's about 7 o'clock right now, so we're gonna have just enough sunlight to go and pick up the Airstream and get that sucker up here.
Keep going. Stop. This is actually such a surreal feeling right now. It reminds me so much of the time when we were bringing our little bus up to Lola's farm for the first time. But I feel like this moment, like once we actually have this Airstream up there, like not only does the Airstream already feel like a home to us, but having it on the piece of land is just gonna make it even more so. And it's just gonna make this whole reality of the fact, this whole dream that we've had for years at this point of having a piece of land here in Vermont is finally coming to fruition. And it's just like, I feel like it's all really hitting me right now. It still stresses me out though every time, maybe even more so now, because this is going onto our piece of land where it's gonna park and be here for probably a really long time. it back now. Our Airstream is on our piece of land. We didn't get it as far back as we wanted to, but it's there. That's all that matters.
That's the best that we could do. So at least we can store this thing here for the next little bit. I think we're gonna hang out for a little bit, have a little bit of dinner. We got the anchor plugged in so we can run the AC. It's gonna be so comfy in there. And while this isn't gonna be the final resting place of this Airstream, it's gonna be in the woods back there. At least she's on the land. And now we have a place to store this thing, which is awesome. If any of you guys are in need of a home power backup as we're getting ready for hurricane season, this thing's impacting our life in more ways than I can even explain. In our coffee business, on our new off-grid property, and even with our Airstream, giving us our life back that we wanted. So if you guys are looking for a home power backup, check out the Anker Solix F3800 in the top of the description. And I cannot thank Anker enough for supporting this video. Thank you guys so much for following along. I'll see you on the next one.